Hi, my name is Sandy, and our discussion tonight is on perception. The three stages of perception are selection, organization, and interpretation. My example of those three uses are this weekend I was at the beach and it was very crowded, a lot of families, a lot of children running around. Well, a couple of feet from us, there was a lady who started screaming really, really loud, and you could tell she was in trouble, she was in pain. So right away that sensed my hearing, and I looked over there and saw her, and she was in pain and she was screaming and people were comforting her. So right away my interpretation was that she had lost something, and probably a child. So she came running over, and people were trickling from her down the beach and saying, asking if anyone had seen a little girl in a fuchsia bikini on the beach. It was like she was 4 years old. And right away there was panic all over the beach looking for her. Thank God that they found her, but my perception was that she had lost a child or lost something very, very close to her, the way she was screaming, and it was a child. And thank God they found her. So that was that's my example. Based on the video, the first stage of the perception process would be selection, which would be stimulating your senses to so you can perceive of things around you. All those people in the video, none of them had any perception because they were looking at their phones or listening to music. They weren't paying attention to anything around them. So they were more into themselves and into the phone. Let's see. It doesn't stimulate anything when you're using your device. The only stimulation you have is between you and the phone, and that's it. So there's no interaction with a human. Does this type of situation impact your life? Yes, it does. Especially having a 16-year-old son, it does daily. When he's constantly on his phone, on Facebook, or not Facebook, Instagram. That's Instagram and Snapchat, constantly on those things. I have to talk to him 2 or 3 times. Also, we have a great relationship. I thank God for that. We have a great relationship, but him being on his phone all the time, sometimes it does anger me, because I think that he's not, paying attention to me, or not doing his homework, when at times, sometimes he's using his phone to do his homework. So sometimes I think he's always on it. My perception of him being on it all the time is always on either Snapchat or Instagram or with his friends. And when sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes he's using it for homework. So that happens. How are your social roles impacted by perceptual accuracy? Mine as a mom, I think most of it is this weekend with the child missing, and then with the gorilla incident of the child going into the gorilla cage and the mom not watching her child. I think as a mother, you're perceived as always having to watch your child, and sometimes, yes, you do always have to watch your child, but sometimes that doesn't happen. I know I have a boy, and I couldn't leave my eyes off of him 1 second. I was in Walmart for 1 second, and I was looking through something, and he hid himself in those racks, in between the clothes, and I lost him, and it was just for a second. And I felt like I was perceived as a bad mom because I lost my son in the store, but luckily the security guard found him underneath the clothes. But I think sometimes as a mother you get perceived as you have to be a certain way, certain watching your children and to be a good mom. And we're just all human. Sometimes we make mistakes. So, and not saying I don't know exactly what happened with the incident at the zoo, and I don't know exactly what happened at the incident with the at the beach. She could have asked somebody else to watch him, or you know, anything could have happened. Do you see this situation having an impact on current and future interpersonal communications society? As far as social media and the phone, of course, yeah. I think if we don't start interacting with each other and learn to listen to one another, then we will always be into ourselves, and that's not good either. We need to always communicate and listen to each other and look at each other eye to eye instead of eye to camera or eye to phone. So yeah, I'm definitely, I tried to do that with my son, especially going to school in the morning. He likes to listen to his music, so I try to have that time with him, and not be on his phone, so we can talk and communicate and laugh and see how we're doing, and after school too, especially to get close. So that's it. Thank you very much.